We've got a comedian coming from Halifax. He's been doing comedy there for the last few years. He's been hitting up Yuck Yucks every weekend, and I saw him last time he came to Fredericton, and I really enjoyed his set. So, your headliner, Andrew Vaughan.
Yeah, that was fucking loud. I apologize. I should have thought that through a little bit. Had a couple of those $2 beers, that'll fucking do it to you. How's everybody doing tonight? Good? Excited? Let's give it up to the people you saw earlier tonight. They were all great. Love doing comedy. I love doing comedy, but I want to be honest with you guys. This wasn't what I originally thought I was going to do with my life. When I was younger, I had two goals. I either wanted to be a professional wrestler or a porn star. But I was born with arthritis, so as it turns out, I don't have the knees for either. Legitimately, at that point in my life, one of my biggest idols was none other than Mr. Ron Jeremy. This is legitimately the most fucking exercise I've gotten all day is doing this. I might put out a workout DVD of just this. I know what I'll call it too. While you sweat, make her wet. Oh yeah, fucking marketing genius. I fucking love Ron Jeremy, but I know there's women in the audience who think he's disgusting. By show of hands, who here thinks Ron Jeremy's disgusting? This one does. Right in the front row, it always happens, man. You really do think Ron Jeremy's disgusting? Not once you've been sitting at home at night, flicking the light switch on and off? Watching some Ron Jeremy? No? It's fine, you can think he's disgusting, but I'm going to tell you what, you need to respect Ron Jeremy. I'm going to tell you why. Ron Jeremy got into porn by being able to suck his own dick standing up. I can't even spit on my own dick standing up. Yeah, I fucking tried, it hit and rolled into my belly button. Twice. But I want to tell you guys, I've got some great news. Despite this being in the way, I have managed to form a wonderful relationship with my penis. I have a relationship with my dick that mirrors Stevie Wonder's relationship with his piano. Just because I can't see it doesn't mean I won't get my hands on that thing and play with it for hours. The belly is a problem. I'm a fat guy. I'm always thinking about losing weight. I've been up and down. Sometimes I lose 50 pounds, I gain 55 back. It's been a yo-yo my entire life. And it's fucking hard. People are cruel to you as fuck when you're fat. It's honest. It's truth. I was at a grocery store recently, just picking up a few items, getting a few things. This guy and this girl were in line behind me. And the girl leans over to her boyfriend and she whispers, "I wonder how someone gets so fat." I know, it's fucking horrible. But I wanted to tell her, it is simple. It is 9 in the morning, and I am in line to buy Lunchables and kettle chips. At that moment, I couldn't make an unhealthier decision if I was blowing Magic Johnson in the bathroom of a needle exchange. Which I would do. Not gay, but I am a fan. People deserve recognition for their hard work is what I'm trying to tell you. Comics will take those in the form of blowjobs. Not in needle exchanges. I was doing a show once though, you know, people say mean things to me all the time, but people say weird things to me too, and it's not always bad. I was doing a show in Halifax, and afterwards this guy came up to me and he said, "Hey man, you're really funny. I bet girls just can't wait to see if you got a big old thing under that belly of yours." And I can honestly say no, that has never fucking happened to me. Not once. But I wish wish it did. I wish a woman thought about my penis like finding that rare item on Storage Wars, you know? Like she's looking at this pile of junk and she's like, I don't know, it doesn't look like much. But wait a second, what's under there? Chung, chung, chung. I was thinking about it recently when this whole trend of people saying shit to me that's just weird started. And it started for me when I was 5 years old, grade primary, gym class. This is my gym teacher of all people. She started the trend. But let's just face it, this is to be expected, right? Like gym teachers, this is like the worst fucking position in the entire world. You only gotta be good at one thing, and that one thing is watching children. And let's be honest, that really only disqualifies two types of people: blind people and pedophiles. And let's be real honest, it's not that the pedophiles aren't good at watching children. I just don't feel like their heart's really in the right place, you know? But what she said to me, I'm 5 years old. I don't know how to tie my shoes. I think that's a pretty normal thing for a 5-year-old. And she's leaning down, just tying my shoes for me in front of the whole class. She looks up and she yells, "If you don't learn to tie your shoes, you'll never amount to anything in life." Yeah, it made me feel really bad. It hurt inside. I was confused until I looked down and noticed that she was wearing shoes with Velcro laces. And seeing as how she ended up a gym teacher, she probably knew what the fuck she was talking about, right? Yeah. Oh man. Gavin's a good friend of mine. He was up earlier, and those $2 beers are delicious. That's not even a joke. I shouldn't have said it. Inner thought monologue. Beer is good. They know this. You don't have to fucking tell them. I was hanging out with Gavin recently because we went to the middle of the Evil Dead Woods in Churro. You had to do a pop festival for a bunch of hippies. Worst fucking experience of my entire life.
Yeah, buddy.
I don't know what's happening with these fucking modern hippies. I saw this one dude, seriously, he walked in and in one hand he had a 12-foot bong, and in the other hand he had a fucking didgeridoo. If you take a hit off a 12-foot bong, you do not have the lung capacity to play a fucking didgeridoo. That man was bringing extra firewood, basically. But it was a weird day. The whole fucking thing was weird. It started off weird. I went to Gavin's place. Gavin's got kids. His kids' friends were over. This one kid looks at me and he says, "You look like Rachel's sister." And Gavin's like, no, that's a boy. That's a boy. And this kid was like, duh. But then he turned around to his friend and he said, "Nah, I'm pretty sure that's Rachel's sister." And I thought about it. It really bugged me for days. I kept contemplating it. And it toiled in my mind. I didn't know how to take this. And I just kept asking myself one question over and over and over again. When is it ever appropriate to tell a child to go fuck himself? I think I found it in that moment. If you're wondering, it is that moment right there. I'm not good with kids. I want to be, but I'm not. I don't know how to handle it. I don't have kids. It's weird. The whole thing is weird for me. I have friends, though, that have kids. People I went to high school with have kids. People I went to university with now have kids. Weirds me the fuck out. My one friend, Bob, from high school, every time I see him, he gives me pictures of his children. Professionally done photos from Walmart. And they started normal with holidays like birthday, Christmas, Easter, and then eventually you just gotta move to the fringe holidays, like it's Rosh Hashanah, baby, Kwanzaa, baby. My favorite one was St. Patrick's Day, baby. It was just a baby with a bottle of Jameson in one hand and a bloody fist in the other. And I didn't know what to do with it. Every time he gave me a picture, I slid it under the front of my seat of my car and I drove off. Didn't know what to do with it. But what really weirds me out is that he is giving me pictures of his children. In high school, he used to give me farts in his hand. He would literally fart in his hand and release it in my face like a beautiful dove made of shit particles. And I was like, bugged me the whole time, and I didn't know how to handle it. Put it out of the back of my mind until one day I'm driving home from work, not paying attention. You see the lights start flashing. In the rearview mirror, you hear the sound. Whoop, whoop! Which hip-hop has told us is the sound of the police. And I pull over and you start to do the normal thing. I get out my license and I go for my registration. I'm moving my registration over and I drop it. The cop's now at my window. I reach down to pick it up. And I pull up a handful of crumpled children photos. And they're both ginger kids. They look nothing like me. And I'm driving a minivan. The whole experience, the whole thoughts can be summed up in 2 words. Mine, oh shit. The cops, Amber Alert. I'm going to jail is what I'm saying. We got any couples in the house tonight? Couples? And they're all fucking single. I find that very hard to believe. I'm fucking someone tonight if you're all single. No, couples. This couple back there? You guys are a couple? How long have you been together? Year and a half? She was really fucking quick to answer. You should get on that next time. Just fucking.
We don't even know our fucking anniversary. Don't.
Do you want to discuss this, man? We'll Dr. Phil this shit. I watch that shit every day. I can work it out with you. Yeah, I love couples, man. But I've never had a girlfriend. I've been single my entire life. I recently told that to someone and he said, how is that possible that you've never had a girlfriend? I am a 30-year-old man who made a conscious decision to buy a Ninja Turtle Snuggie. There is no mystery to be solved here. We're not cracking Da Vinci's Code. That is the fucking answer. I remember when I bought the Snuggie too, I went up and I showed my mom, I was like, hey, look at this. And the look on her face, she didn't say anything, but the look on her face just fucking said it all. Because she was like, oh shit. 30 years old and still buying things with the Ninja Turtles on them. Now if we could just put Raphael's face on a treadmill and some health food, maybe he'd start making better decisions with his life. That's my mom, always thinking about me. The shitty thing about being single your whole life is I do have fears about dying alone. I want to be honest with you guys. It's a real fear in my life. But I'm not worried about dying alone because I'll never experience true love. I'm worried that I won't have something really cool written on my tombstone when I go. Yeah, because parents, they have like a father will have beloved father. A wife will have loving wife. What is it going to say about me? Andrew Vaughan, fleshlight enthusiast. Some of you are like, I don't know what a fleshlight is. I will tell you. Oh, I will. A fleshlight is a rubber vagina inside a giant flashlight container. You do one thing with that rubber vagina in that flashlight container, and I'm here to tell you it is not making shadow puppets on the wall when the power goes out. I bought one. I seriously did. That's me. I bought a fleshlight. I'm not ashamed to tell you guys it fucking happened. It's a true fact. I bought into the advertisement. This said on the website, they said the fleshlight is the #1 sex toy for men. Which really made me wonder how long spit and tube socks were the reigning champion. People look down on men buying sex toys. I think we gotta be progressive about that. Frankly, I think I am creepy for buying a fleshlight, but I don't think that those guys who buy the real sex dolls are creeps. No, they got it right. They bought the whole thing in one package. I just bought the pussy. Now I'm walking around looking like some creepy Dr. Frankenstein building a fuck buddy one piece at a time. I still have that thing too, and it wows my friends. They come over, they're like, you still have your fleshlight? I'm like, yeah, what the fuck am I gonna do with it? Bury it in a time capsule so I can horrify the children of the future? That shit is going in, buried with me. It's gonna go right in the casket. Over top of the casket, they're gonna drapes over my Ninja Turtle Snuggie. Just like they would put a flag over a fallen soldier. Because make no mistake, ladies and gentlemen, I am a soldier. A soldier of sadness. That's where I am in my life. The thing is, when you're single, like, I don't go out. I don't do a lot of fun things. I don't have a lot of fun experiences. My friends do all the time. They have these great experiences. I'll tell you this story. A female friend of mine called me up on a Monday recently, and she said, "You'll never guess what happened to me. I went to a party, and it broke out into a surprise orgy." How the fuck does a party break out into a surprise orgy? Like, were they waiting for her to go to the bathroom and they're like, "Quick, turn the lights off. Get naked, get in position." There's one girl, she's got like a dick in her hand, just ready to go. My friend comes out of the bathroom, they flick the lights on, and it's like, surprise! She blew into that dick like a kazoo is what I'm trying to tell you. I wanted to top her too, because I didn't have any cool stories. She asked me, "So what'd you do on a Sunday night?" I'm not gonna tell her the fucking truth. She went to a surprise orgy. What am I gonna say? I watched Rocky VI and cried twice. It's a fucking emotional movie. If you haven't seen it, check it out. Adrian's dead at the beginning. It's fucking gonna mess your world up. But so I lied. I wanted to one-up her. She went to a surprise orgy. The least I could do is say, "Yeah, well, I had sex last night on the couch, with myself, while watching Breaking Amish." I don't know, man. Girls with no zippers and no buttons, that fucking does it for me. I don't know about you guys. It's hard to find that shit on XTube. But you need to look. You will find it under the right keywords. Amish selfies. That's what you gotta look for. And you're like, how the fuck are they taking Amish selfies? They don't have cell phones. Who cares? It's titties. I'm a boring guy. And I realize this, like I mentioned earlier, I watch Dr. Phil. I watch it all the time. Love that fucking show. Which tells you I'm home in the afternoon. I do not have steady fucking employment, people. This is what I want to do for a living. Travel 6 hours to tell dick jokes to strangers. Yeah! I love you guys. But I watched Dr. Phil. I saw an episode recently, and this was awesome. They do this all the time on Dr. Phil. They do it, they used to do it on Intervention a lot. Like, they take someone who's on drugs, and they're like, "We're going to help you out. We're going to send you away for 30, 60, 90 days. Beautiful seaside resort. All the best food you could ever want. And you get up every day and you just talk about yourself." What a fucking vacation that is. I would gladly take heroin now if it fucking gets me to that vacation. You know what I did for my last vacation? I went to Magnetic Hill with my mom. I ate a beaver tail and watched a car drive itself up a hill. Yay! Happy 30th birthday! But that's true. I spend too much time with my mom, I think. It doesn't help me get women. I love you women. I do. I love you guys a lot. I think you're awesome in every way, shape, or form. But I gotta be honest, being single my entire life, I have built up some resentment towards you guys, and I realize it's not fair. Like, women for me, you rank very high. You're top on my list of anger and frustration, followed by apartments without elevators, and then the Shriners. I just fucking hate those Shriners. Oh, look at us. We drive tiny old cars and wear fez hats. They are the fucking hipsters of the charitable community. They can go fuck themselves is what I'm trying to say. I don't do well with women. And I try really hard. Recently I was at a cafe. I saw this gorgeous girl sitting there by herself. And I was like, man, you should be able to do this. You should be able to make it happen. Go up and talk to her. Say something. Break the ice. I was like, well, what can I say? And I was thinking about it. And I was like, I know. I'll walk up and I'll start with something simple. I'll say, "Excuse me, miss. Are you alone?" Yeah, because in my fucked up mind, the best way to approach a woman is with dialogue that usually comes out of a serial killer's mouth in a horror movie franchise. But I got up and I started to walk over and I'm thinking the whole time, I'm like, don't fuck this up, don't fuck this up, don't fuck this up. And I leaned down and I said, excuse me, miss, do you live alone? Fucked it up. And let me tell you, when those words come out of this body, the only thing that woman can think is that she's living in the first 10 minutes of an episode of Law & Order SVU. I'm a romantic though, I really am. I think about falling in love all the time. I had the ideal situation figured out in my mind. And I'm going to share with you guys today. Picture this. Disney World. Magic Kingdom. It's the 300th day in a row that I've been watching Belle from across the courtyard. Some people call it stalking, I call it patiently waiting. And she goes on break, and she walks past me, and maybe she drops her handkerchief. And I bend down to pick it up. And she bends down to pick it up at the same time, and our hands touch. And we look up and our eyes meet. And at that moment she realizes, oh my God, there are still gentlemen out there in this world. And at that moment I realized that it is quite possible that I may get a Splash Mountain handjob from Belle. I'm gonna time it out just right. When they take that picture, man, show my O face. Kind of looks like this. It's more of a DMX face, but I do it when I'm coming. I don't really know why. Photo will also capture her oh no face, so we're all on the same border. What I'm trying to tell you, ladies, is if I bend down to pick up anything for you, it is true fucking love. Because I do not take bending down lightly. The other day I dropped the remote on the floor and I was like, fuck it! I guess it's 3 more hours of say yes to the dress. I got a hand job a while back though. That was pretty fucking awesome. Speaking of hand jobs, this girl from Moncton drove all the way to Halifax in a snowstorm to jerk me off. Because I am the sexual equivalent of an Arby's. You will travel great distances for it, but you will not enjoy yourself. She came and she got me high. I called her the handy bandy because she jerked me off and she stole my heart. It was beautiful. But I was so fucking high. The weird thing is she didn't take my dick out of my underwear. There's some truth for you. I had an erection, she just clasped onto it and started going to town. And I was stoned and I looked down and I swear it looked like the hand of God strangling one of those Yip Yip aliens from Sesame Street. And you never want to laugh at a woman when she's got her hand around your cock, is what I'm trying to tell you. It's fucking brutal. I love hand jobs. I can only look at it though like that when I'm stoned, because I can't watch a girl give me a hand job any other way. Can't do it. I'm a big guy. I am rarely topless. I am always wearing a white wife beater under all my shirts. I'll give you guys a little peep show tonight. Woo! If you listen closely when I did that, you could literally hear every woman in the room, their vaginas just vacuum sealing shut. It was like, if I tried to get in any of your vaginas right now, they'd pop up like Newman in Jurassic Park and just be like, no, no, no. But I can't do it. I can't look down because with the white wife beater, and if I look down, I see that mound of white, and she's got her hand on my dick. It just looks like a sad, exhausted child pulling a toboggan up a snow-covered hill. But she came to me, and I appreciate that. I appreciate a forward woman. Do we have any women in the room here who like to go after? They find a guy, they like it, they like to be the pursuer, they like to go after that person. Do we have women like that? One, and she probably has a boyfriend. That is exactly why I'm fucking single. Because it doesn't happen. But occasionally it does. when I was living in Fredericton, because I lived here for 5 years, on 327 Dundonald Street. Yeah, I'm gonna make that shit famous. After tonight, you guys are gonna go there and like take a picture and be like, this is from that story that comic told. The fucking people living there are like, I don't know what you're talking about. Get off my fucking lawn. But that was when I lost my virginity, right here in Fredericton. 2005. 2005, lost my virginity right here in Fredericton. It's at a party at my place. My female friend, I had female roommates, they had all their friends over. This one girl comes up to me drunk and she says, we're gonna have sex tonight. And that's when I realized that being a woman is fucking awesome. Because as a woman, you can go into a strange man's house when you're drunk and say, we're gonna have sex tonight, and that is amazing. Now if I go into a stranger's house, drunk, get in their face and say, we're gonna have sex tonight. That is a fucking crime! I will be arrested in minutes. I ran into the girl who I had sex with once last time I was in Fredericton. She came up to me, she's like, I don't think I was drunk when I had sex with you. And I was like, oh, that's kind of how I remember it. And she goes, I was not drunk when I had sex with you. I was like, oh, you know. And she's like, no, I would not have to be drunk to have sex with you. And I was like, bitch, maybe you should start fucking drinking. Because this is the decision she made completely sober, and she wants the world to know that. She is a fucking poster child for the anti-AA society, you know? But I love it. I love women. You have these options. You don't even realize how good you have it. I was at a party. Saw this one girl walk up to this other girl and didn't even know her. And she said, excuse me, miss, you have amazing breasts. And she reached out and she squeezed them. Just like that. Not like that, actually. I look like the Terminator testing his reflexes. No fucking woman wants that. But I couldn't believe it. She just walked up and she's like, nice tits, squeeze, boom. Now if I think you get the point. But I like girls who are forward, but I think as guys sometimes we have moves we want to try on women. Things we want to do. Like I saw that girl at the party. I want to go up to her and give her one of these. That's my sexy move. Either that or I'm getting ready to start a Care Bears countdown. I haven't really figured out which one yet, you know? But I couldn't wait, because I had so much fucking knowledge, I could not wait to drop on this woman. Because I have learned a lot about sex over the years. Especially from that show, the Sunday Night Sex Show. You guys remember that? Fucking Sue Johansson! Give it up for Sue! What a great fucking show! All the dirtiest, sexiest details you could ever want, coming from someone who looks like Skeletor in drag. I fucking think Sue Johansson deserves a Medal of Honor, the highest Medal of Honor we can give in Canada. Because I think she's changed the sex lives of Canadians drastically. I think you look at a guy post-Sue and he fucks like a champ. Pre-Sue, he doesn't know what he's doing. He's going in there all willy-nilly with his fingers. Like a kid anxiously ringing a doorbell on Halloween. Where's the candy? How comes I can't get the candy? But Sue Johansson, she taught me a very valuable piece of information about sex, and I'm going to pass it on to you guys tonight. Feel free to use it. It is my gift to you. I like to give back. Sue Johansson taught me that when you're going down on a woman, you should spell out the alphabet on her clitoris with your tongue. Which I have to say as an adult is the least depressing way to find out that you don't know your ABCs. I gotta be honest though, Sue was not clear on the font. I think that's completely up to you guys to decide. I like to do little bold italics. Yeah. When I'm fucking excited, it's all in cap locks. When I get tired, I will downgrade that shit to Times New Roman. Because as we know, Times New Roman is the missionary position of pussy-eating fonts. I did that on that girl, man. Me and that girl, we had sex and it was fucking awesome. For me. Yeah, think about it. One of us enjoyed. So did someone say for her? God bless you. You're a fucking liar. But the sex was great, but what I gotta tell you what happened afterwards blew my fucking mind. We got out, put our clothes on, we went out in the living room. My roommates, her friends, everyone cleared the entire apartment. They're just gone. I ran into my roommate the next day. She said they had to leave because the noise was unbearable. I don't have a joke yet to follow that up with. I just like telling people that I've never met before that apparently I fuck unbearably. My roommate went on to describe it more. She said that they had to leave because for 45 minutes, it sounded like someone was slapping a wet cloth against a giant rock. Which is just nice to know that the sounds of me fucking sound like someone doing their laundry pre-electricity. Anyway, you guys have been great. Thank you for coming out to the show. Have a good night.